Hey everyone, this is Hannah bringing you today's Rocket Miner COVID-19 update. Today in Wyoming we passed 300 confirmed COVID-19 cases. We have a total of 305 laboratory confirmed cases. There are 107 probable cases and we have 206 recovered cases. Weston and Platte are still the only two counties in Wyoming that have no confirmed cases of COVID-19. Dr. Mike Jordan, Weston County's public health officer, said that they have been doing testing. They've had 21 COVID-19 tests go through the state lab and all of those have come back negative. Public health nurse Lori Bickford from Weston County credited the lack of cases to the response of the Weston County community when the pandemic began over a month ago. She said that everyone responded, they took it very seriously and started taking precautions right away, and she thinks that that's part of why they've not had any confirmed cases yet. So we're thankful for that and hope that Weston and Platte counties can keep going without any confirmed cases. Today, Sweetwater County School District Number 2 officials announced that they will complete the current school year under the adapted learning plan that they've been using, which means that classes will remain online for the rest of the 2019 to 2020 school year. The press release from the officials said, after consultation with local health officials, the decision was made to complete the year in the current format, primarily out of concern for the health and welfare for students, staff, and the community. So all of the classes for Green River schools will continue online. And they also said that they're still working on making a decision about what they'll do for graduation. Today, the Wyoming High School Activities Association announced that the Wyoming State Speech and Debate Championships will take place in an online format on April 22nd to 25th. Their Facebook post said, with the assistance of the University of Wyoming, speech students will participate in preliminary rounds on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday evenings, with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals held on Saturday, April 25th. So that speech and debate championship will be coming up. It'll just be in a virtual format now, but they're still going to go ahead and do it. Recently, Natrona County's health officer, Dr. Mark Dowell, who's also an infectious disease expert, made a statement and said that he's worried about the COVID-19 case data that we're seeing for Wyoming so far. He said he thinks it could be falsely low. Over the last few days in Wyoming, we've seen that the case numbers do keep going up, but they're going up much more slowly than what they were before. But Dr. Dowell said that that shouldn't necessarily be interpreted as the state flattening the infection curve. He acknowledged that it's unclear exactly what Wyoming's curve is going to look like, but he said that he is concerned that those numbers might be lower than what's actually true out there, and that the numbers might still be at risk of continuing to go up. National health officials and health officials like Dowell in Wyoming have strongly urged against loosening social restrictions too soon, even if we do see the curve start to stabilize or drop. They said, again, that might just make it go right back up if we loosen the restrictions too soon. A survey done by the University of Wyoming showed that support for the way that Governor Mark Gordon and local governments are handling the coronavirus is high in Wyoming. The survey was from earlier this week. They polled 494 Wyoming residents, and about 76 to 77% of the people who took the survey said that they approve of the way Governor Gordon and the local government and health officials are handling the outbreak. It was an interesting survey that had other details on other questions that were asked, like if their family had been affected financially, or if they approved of the way Congress was handling it. So you can look at more details on that survey on the story that's on rocketminer.com. The Wyoming legislature is also at work to make decisions to respond to COVID-19 and the effects that it's having on our state. They had a day-long virtual meeting of the Management Council yesterday, And in that meeting, legislative leaders unanimously authorized drafting a few bills to address the state's most immediate concerns related to COVID-19 in preparation for what will likely be the state's first special session since 2004. So those initial bills will relate to topics that have been raised by Governor Mark Gordon, who also spoke at the meeting that they had on Thursday. The governor focused on issues such as providing resources to the Wyoming Community Developmental Authority to halt evictions and supporting credit unions to help local businesses. And he argued that those issues could be solved in short term. And so they're working on the bills and things that they can use to solve the issues right now, and then looking into options for long-term solutions. So they'll be drafting bills on those topics leading up to a potential special session. So I noticed that April is National Poetry Month, and today is National Haiku Day. So to end us on a more positive note, I thought I'd share some coronavirus haikus. It's funny, if you just Google search coronavirus haikus, there have been a lot of people writing them. If you don't remember, haiku is the Japanese form of poetry that's really short. There are 3 lines, and it goes 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. So lots of us learned those in school, in writing classes, and lots of people write serious haikus, but a lot of people write funny haikus too. It's just a fun, short and easy poetry form to play around with. So lots of people have been writing haikus about social distancing and COVID-19, and different groups have been sharing those, so that's pretty fun. You can look those up. There are serious ones and funny ones, but the NPR was one of the groups that started kind of collecting haikus from people about it, and they were using hashtag social distancing haiku, so you can look those up. But I wanted to share 2 of my favorites. So one submitted by Colin Dwyer. Even with distance, the world feels painfully close, but hope turns the page. And then the other one I really liked was from Kara Frame. It said, global pandemic, humanity is still, yet spring brings a new day. So go look up some coronavirus haikus, because I enjoyed that today. And keep checking back with us for more updates and information. Thank you. Have a good night.